Good evening, my name is David Ray, and I am presenting to you tonight on my formal report on the hazards of texting and driving. The reason why I chose this topic was because there's been numerous times when I have almost been hit or been involved in an accident because somebody was distracted at the wheel. And there's been a few months back here in Branson, there was a little girl who passed away due to another driver being distracted by texting. And my wife is now currently pregnant with twin girls, and I can only imagine how I would feel if that was my little girl that got killed by somebody who was sending a text. And unfortunately, I'm sure there's many of other stories out there just like that one, and there definitely needs to be some more attention brought to this subject. I will be discussing three main topics tonight, the first of which is the type of distractions that drivers face. The second is going to be over some laws and other educational topics of the education. And the third is going to be techniques on how to avoid the texting and driving distractions. Back in 2013, there was 341,000 related accidents from distraction of texting. And unfortunately, there was 3,154 deaths due to those accidents. There's about 9 Americans that are killed every day due to distractions, and it only takes, you can only have about 2 seconds of your eyes off the road, which is deemed safe. To send a text or receive a text, it takes about 5 seconds to read it. To elaborate on the different types of distractions, AAA Insurance Group conducted a study back in 2015 and discovered through their research that 25% of distractions come from the other passengers, 20% from your cell phones, and 17% from outside distractions. To list off a few other examples would be somebody trying to eat, somebody trying to think about what they're going to do tonight for dinner. There's grooming, people groom themselves in the vehicle. All those are examples of distractions. The laws that we have in place right now, there's 38 states that have bans against any young driver 21 and under from using their phones completely. And there's 46 states that just ban text messaging completely. No state actually has a law that bans the use of mobile devices completely. There's only about 20 states that prohibit bus drivers from using phones and text messages. I definitely think that should be a lot higher than just 20. There are though, however, other groups that are out there trying to bring awareness to texting and driving. The first one is Safe Texting Campaign. You might remember their billboards, or you might still be able to see some of their billboards along the interstates of a big hand, and it says "Stop Texting." It's very memorable. There's also the Teens Against Driving Distracted. It was a group set up by a lawyer for teens to basically commit to not driving distracted, not texting and driving, not trying to do their hair while they're driving to school, that kind of stuff. It's pretty neat groups that they have out there. Some options to avoid the accidents would just be to simply turn off your phone, put it in the glove box, or just completely out of reach. Another thing that you can do is you can set a good example, lead by example. You can, if there's little kids in the car, your children in the car, don't text and drive, don't show them or teach them bad habits. And if you're in the vehicle and somebody else is texting and driving, you can call them out. I know my wife will call people out anytime she sees them texting and driving, or if somebody is texting her while they are driving, she'll just stop texting them, or she'll just not try to distract them any further. And always wear your seatbelts. Make sure that your seatbelts are being worn, because you never know, you could get distracted, or other drivers on the road could get distracted and run into you. And it's just always safe to have your seatbelt on. And there are technologies out there today, like hands-free headsets that allow for you to still use your cell phones and not worry about having to take your hands off your wheel. And there's also Bluetooth devices that are enabling you to use your car stereo as a means of communicating through your phone. Both of those are great options to help reduce the distractions that are coming from trying to send a text message. In conclusion, I would definitely say that this is a subject and topic concern that is not going to go away. It's going to be one of many debates and discussions. I just feel that with more awareness and education, we can definitely reduce those numbers, those statistics of thousands of people dying, meaningless deaths because of somebody distracted on a text message, and it hits even closer to home with all the little ones that get injured and put in harm's way because of somebody else getting distracted. I thank you for your time and have a wonderful evening.